Justice League 2017, one of the worst DC films of all time. With cheesy jokes, weird character decisions, poor CGI, and a strange tonal shift, I really struggled to find anything to like about this movie. Fortunately, the Snyder Cut changed all that, but there was one thing that I did like from Whedon's version of Justice League, and that was Superman. Hey everyone, welcome back to our movie news. Now I know this video will come as a surprise to most of you, as you wouldn't expect me to praise Justice League 2017, as I am such a huge fan of the Snyder Cut and fought for it for many years. But I was looking back at the 2017 version the other day, and I was surprised by how much I actually enjoyed this version of Superman. And in today's video, I will explain why. Now don't get me wrong, that first scene we see of Superman is terrible, one of the worst scenes in DC history, and the same goes for the scenes at Kent Farm and the reshot Heroes Park battle. But what I liked about this Superman was how he was in the final battle. The version of Superman we see in Justice League is one with a lot more jokes than we have ever seen Henry Cavill's Superman make. Now, whilst a lot of them don't land, a few of them do, mainly the jokes with the Flash. We have one in the final battle when they both race off to save the civilians, and the second is in the end credits when they decide to have a race. Both scenes I like, and I also really liked the confidence this version of Superman had. In this, he was a leader when he needed to be, but he was also happy to help in any way he could. This was a version that had more of a smile on his face, even if it was hard to tell with the CGI lip. He knew who he had to be and fully embraced it. He was Superman. It may have been a Superman with poor CGI and terrible writing, but the characteristics this version of Superman had was something I really enjoyed. Looking back at this film and how we can compare it to the Snyder Cut version of Superman, you can see two very different paths for the character. Or at least that's what everyone seems to think. See, I don't think these two versions are very different at all. I think the difference is that one's journey had been accelerated or had skipped a few films to get to the end goal. You see, Zack Snyder had created a 5-movie story arc for Superman, starting in Man of Steel and was going to end in Justice League 3. The goal was to create this realistic take on the character, but by the end of the story arc, he would have been the true Superman from the comics. What an impatient Warner Brothers decided to do was to try and catch up to Marvel, and decided to use Zack Snyder leaving the Justice League project to try and bridge the gap between themselves and Marvel. And they thought the best way of doing that was by reshooting 80% of the film. Superman was a big part in those reshoots. They didn't want to wait 2 more films for his character arc to be complete. They wanted it now. I won't elaborate more on that story because then we will be here forever. So if you want to know all the behind the scenes from what happened with Justice League, then just watch this video here. It explains everything that happened with Justice League and the Snyder Cut. Anyway, back to Superman. These two versions of the same hero aren't as different as most would assume. They're just in different stages of their journey. Whedon's Superman decided to cut out Justice League 2 and 3 and made a huge leap in his character development, which is why it felt there was a huge tonal shift between Batman v Superman's Superman and Justice League 2017 Superman. The other difference is that you were left with Whedon's and Jeff Johns' writing, which created a very corny version of the Man of Steel. But if you look past that and instead look at the traits this Superman has, those traits were going to be very similar to what Snyder's Superman was going to be at the end of Justice League 3. Thanks to Warner Brothers accidentally revealing all the official storyboards for Justice League 2 and 3, we know what was going to happen. At the end of Justice League 3, Superman was going to be that confident, hopeful leader. In fact, he was going to inspire the world to become a Justice League. One man, an alien who for 2 movies was rejected by half the world, was going to inspire nations to come together and fight against Darkseid and his army. That's a story arc that I want to see complete, because you get a glimpse of what he was supposed to be in Justice League, but I want to see the true story arc of Superman in the DCEU. Now, before I hear those comments about Lois and Bruce Wayne having a child, that has been scrapped. It was scrapped before Justice League was even shot. If you watch the Snyder Cut, Bruce and Diana are hinted at. There is nothing between Bruce and Lois. And if you want to know everything that was going to happen in Justice League 2 and 3, then check out this video here, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 Explained. It has everything you need to know about Snyder's Justice League sequels. But back again to Superman. The Superman we see in Whedon's cut is a poorly executed and rushed version of what Superman was going to be in Justice League 3. Now, the reason why I don't think that version of Superman works in the Justice League film is because it was too soon. He became a confident leader too soon in his story arc. If you look at Superman in Batman v Superman and the Snyder Cut, he isn't that leader yet. He's still a bit of a rookie trying to work out who he is. He still has most of those characteristics that Whedon's Superman has. He is confident when he needs to be, he does inspire hope, but in a more subtle way, whereas in Whedon's cut, it's very much spelled out for you. By the end of Justice League 3, those hopeful leadership qualities were going to be fleshed out a lot more, which would be resembling the famous Superman we know from the comics and cartoons. The best comparison I can make is to the MCU's Spider-Man. His character arc went over 6 films, starting in Captain America Civil War and ending in Spider-Man No Way Home. At the end of No Way Home, his character arc felt earned. It felt like there was so much weight behind it. It was far more emotional. That was because he wasn't the perfect Spider-Man by the end of the first film. He made mistakes, he had vulnerabilities, but in every film there were hints at the famous Spider-Man we all know and love. By the end of No Way Home, we had Spider-Man, and it felt so rewarding to see, because we had followed him on this journey. The same goes for Snyder's Superman. He's not just the finished product by the end of Man of Steel, but by the end of Justice League 3, he was going to be the Superman we all know and love. Justice League's 2017's version is a hint at that future, which is why I like it. It's a Superman that I want to see, but only if the character arc is earned, and obviously take out the corny parts of that version. But they started a character arc in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, and Justice League 2017 did not fit that. In all honesty, it felt like a different Superman. Now, like I've said, I don't think it's a bad version of Superman. In fact, I really like that version in the final battle, but only as a standalone, turn your brain off kind of way, because I know that it is a rushed version of my favourite DC hero. And I'm gonna be honest, I really liked the scene where Superman floats down in the final battle with a smile on his face, and I liked the line he said, and I did get goosebumps when I heard John Williams' Superman theme. The problem is that it doesn't fit in with the DCEU or Superman's story arc. He wouldn't have just let Cyborg get his leg torn off by Steppenwolf, and there would have been some urgency because the mother boxes could have destroyed the Earth. They were trying to go for a Christopher Reeve Superman moment, but it doesn't fit in with the rest of the DCEU, and as a modern day film, it comes across as very corny. Whedon's Superman has glimpses of what Superman could be. However, it was executed poorly and it was rushed, which led me to wanting to see a Superman that took its time to tell the story. In the right hands, we could see a very bright future for the Man of Steel. So now you know why I liked Justice League 2017's version of Superman. Does it make more sense as to why I liked it? And make sure to let me know what you thought of Whedon's Superman in the comments below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I hope to see you here again soon. So until then, have a great day. Bye.